and kind of like the Wild East, if you ask me. But which team are you most concerned about going into Week 6 at this point in the season in that division?
I'll talk about a team that's playing tomorrow night. I'll talk about the New York Giants. Peter, you've been from this area the longest. Yeah. I live in New York. I pay taxes in New York. Is it okay if I criticize Eli Manning? Or will I get kicked out of the state or excommunicated? Is it okay?
It's probably...
Odell did it. How'd it go for him?
Oh!
It's not advised.
You're right.
It's not advised if you want to go to Hoboken this week.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to be going to Hoboken, but I do live in New York, and I'm going to do it. Eli, it's the funny thing with Eli. He has a career high right now, by far, in completion percentage. He's usually about a 60% passer. He's at 72.
Really?
And that is the worst thing I can possibly say about him. Because how do you get that? Ding, 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 ding. Check down, check down, check down. Captain, check down.
Unless you're Mahomes.
And you got, unless you're Mahomes, you can't do anything wrong. Saquon, Odell, and you're doing this and this. And everyone say, well, his line's not that good. Haven't we seen Andrew Luck with lines that aren't that good? Have we seen Russell Wilson? Have we seen Aaron Rodgers? We've seen a lot of guys. There's no reason you should not make that rock set work. I remember I used to play my dad in Nintendo back in the day. My dad would whoop my butt because there's two little buttons he could press them faster than me. And then we got the Xbox, and there's buttons up here, and there's triangles and squares. My dad's like, what the hell is this? Give me B and A. He couldn't do squat. I feel like Eli is holding the Xbox controller with all these buttons and all this technology. He doesn't know how to play it. He needs to get the ball in the stick thing like an old-fashioned game. Eli, hit the L button, the R button, the toggle stick. That's what they dealt you. Go play with it, man.
Yeah, let me go Giants. I'm going to double up on that, and I'm going to talk about the defensive side of the ball. As a guy who's in his late 30s, married with 3 kids, the mark of who I am and who I'm going to be is always the previous year. Can I still dunk? Can I still run around?
Yeah, you check in with yourself.
You stay on the porch, but you bark. You know, the women still think I'm hot. Yeah. Does my wife still, kiss me on the neck when she walks past me in the kitchen? Okay. You gotta look at all these things. And you keep going to the years previous. How much did they do that before? How much did I do that before? It's the defense I'm talking about. Now, let's work backwards. One of my favorite quotes of all time is, if good is possible, if better is possible, then good isn't enough. Now, the defense is pretty good. 19th, I guess that's middle of the pack. 2017, last year, they were 27th. So you're saying, Nate, that's an improvement. Yeah, fine. Let's go back to 2016, where they were the 2nd-ranked defense in football.
Awesome.
They were offense. I mean, they were awesome. The offense was awesome. The team was awesome. So I think the topic of conversation is Eli. How old is he? Can he get out the pocket? What did Odell say about him? Is he going to be here next year? Is he worth too much money? Is he a legend, Hall of Famer? Whatever. Odell, did we pay him too much? What's going on with this young group of running backs and wide receivers? Let's talk about this defense for the first time. And I say defense, you guys still the headline. Say, I don't care what's going on the offensive side of the ball. Let's dominate. So I'm calling out the defense right now. Forget the drama. Forget the high-scoring, low-scoring games your offense could or may not have. Let's go out there and win the game. Defense, be who you used to be. Let's be a top 5 defense. No more of the middle-of-the-pack stuff.
There are a couple, that was great, Nate. There are a couple of people in our world that, like, when you say their name, you perk up and you say, okay, what do you got? And then whether for good or for bad. So someone says Mike Tyson. You go, well, what about Mike Tyson? Someone says Kanye West. You go, well, what's Kanye doing? Norm Macdonald. Where's Norm Macdonald? I love Norm Macdonald.
No matter what they say, it's going to be nuts.
In our NFL world,
who you got?
In our NFL world, it used to be the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Wait.
What do they got?
You say Dallas Cowboys now, and I'll keep on harping on this throughout the season until it changes. I'm nodding off. And that is the worst possible thing for Cowboys Nation, to be irrelevant. The Cowboys have now had 2 unbelievably close, dramatic finishes that go down to the final seconds of games. One against Detroit where they won, one against Houston where they lost. And come Monday morning, no one's really talking about the Cowboys because it was a yawner of a game where it was we settled for field goals, we didn't go for it on 4th, or it was we should have beaten Detroit by 20 at home and we had to come back at the very last second and then Zeke had to make the catch, not anyone else. The Cowboys to me concern me because I feel like they're empty in the bag, they're trying everything they got, and I don't see like the reinforcements coming. Yeah. At least if some of these teams struggling, I feel like the Packers, Rodgers can find a way to get it going. We know that the Patriots were going to start off slow, but that at some point, Brady, do you have any confidence that we haven't seen the best of the Cowboys already? Yeah. Like, I don't think the Cowboys have this extra gear. I don't think the Cowboys have this next layer. To me, we've seen the best of the Cowboys already because they haven't shown even a shade of that, hey, we can be even this better, team than we have been. It's boring. It's slow. It's prodding. It's not aggressive. And in a week where we saw Sean McVay go for it on 4th down in his own territory when they're winning by 2 points, Jason Garrett decided it's better off to not go for it when we're tied and go into I just don't think the snap and the sizzle is there with
It's
the
like
Cowboys.
an old, tired cowboy, like Rooster Cogburn, spitting at the spittoon and just missing.
It's like John Wayne in the end of the John
Barely
Wayne
could get him on the
era.
saddle, man.
And that's how I feel like about the Cowboys. To me, Kay, that's my biggest concern with any of these teams, because in a year of sizzle and fun and offense, the Cowboys, they're one of the least interesting teams in the league.
What's worse, not having sizzle for a couple of years in a row, or having so much sizzle and then falling off? So that's what I'm worried about with the Eagles. And I do see with the Cowboys, I don't know how it's going to get better. With the Eagles, you have Carson Wentz. So there is, some positive and optimism there. But the fact that you were scoring, at this point last year, you were scoring 30 burger, 30 burger, 30 burger. You're averaging around 20 points a game. You don't have those red zone targets. You're struggling to score, and especially to get a lead early. We talked about this yesterday. Trey Burton was a great red zone option. So was LeGarrette Blount, who you don't have, and now you don't have Jay Ajayi. You used to be the third best running game in the league. Now you're 16th. It's all of those things. The secondary, there's questions there too. But most importantly, it is the sizzle. There's something. I believe in the sanctity of a Super Bowl team. I believe in that there's something special that occurs clicks on all cylinders and cohesively comes together, because I really believe the Super Bowl is a special thing that's more than just talent, more than just coaching. It's in the sauce, right? And you can dispel that by saying the Patriots, they win all the time and it's different personnel, different whatever. There's still something, there's even something even more special about creating a dynasty, which is what the Eagles are trying to do. There's something that's missing, whether it is between Filippo and DiFilippo and Frank Reich and those pieces missing. It's all not working right now. The frustration, Jalen Mills on the sideline, Fletcher Cox coming up to him and fighting with them.
Jay Ajayi saying we need to run the ball
Jay
more.
Ajayi complaining about running the ball more. Then you have Doug Peterson visibly frustrated about being questioned about his quarterback, Carson Wentz, for the season. Something is missing, whether it's Super Bowl hangover or whatever. It's really special to have that vibe. They're missing it right now.
I agree. And I think if you look at the football, you can say Matt Collins and Mike Wallace actually really does hurt them. It's not that, though. There's a specific mojo that isn't there. You want to talk about it's hard to watch the Cowboys. It's hard to watch the Eagles.
Yes.
There's last year, just so much
It's magic.
There's no bounce. There's no juice. And by the way, they better have it tomorrow night, or they're going to lose again.
They have to win tomorrow night, those Eagles. All right, speaking of the NFC East, the Cowboys won't face the injured